Okay, so what happens when they give us expressions with exponents? So really this is what they're doing. The two previous slides were having us work as little chunks, and now they're gonna put those together. So sometimes we're gonna have where that parenthesis is around the number with the exponent, and sometimes it's not going to be. So just remember, when it's grouped together, that's when we get to use this process of counting how many negatives would be in there. So this is telling me there's 3 negatives. So 3 negatives in this group would be a negative answer, and then 3 to the 3rd power would be 27. Okay, then I'm gonna go ahead and put my multiplication sign, and now I'm gonna solve this, because remember it says parentheses. Well, these parentheses really aren't grouping things together, they're just using it to include the negative sign. Then it's exponents, so we're solving our exponents, then we get to multiply. So now my 2 is telling me there's 2 negatives in this group, if I were to write it out longhand. So it's going to be a positive answer, and then 2 squared would be 4. Now I'm going to go ahead and multiply these together. So there's 1 negative in my setup there, just 1 right here. So my answer is going to be a negative answer, and then 27 times 4 gives me 108. So we end up getting a negative 108 for that one. Okay, so let's try another one. Okay, so once again, everything's in parentheses. So we're going to go ahead and simplify this. Because that's in a parenthesis, we get to use that rule of, hey, there's 2 negatives. So that's going to make it a positive. And then 7 times 7 is 49. Times, here there's 3 negatives, so that gives me a negative answer. So I'm going to put, just because this is the second one, I'm going to put it in a parenthesis. So I know I'm going to get a negative answer, and then 2 to the 3rd power would give me 8. Okay, final step is to go ahead and multiply these together. So when I look at my original factors, hey, it kind of looks like a smiley face. When I look at my original factors, I have 1 negative, so my answer is going to end up being a negative answer. And then 49 times 8 gives me 392. Okay, so showing your work would be showing me your simplifications here. If you're wishing to go ahead and do that 49 times 8 on your calculator, that's okay. I'm hoping you can do it longhand, but right now I'm not checking your longhand multiplication. I want to see, can you work with those integers? Okay, so why don't you go ahead and try these two? You can go ahead and pause your video and work your way through them, and then when you start it back up, you can recheck your answers. So you should have ended up with 16 for the first one, positive. And then for the second one, you should have ended up also with a positive, but it would have been 27.